Alright, now I'm listening to you, listen to you.
Just missing Mathics, Bob. Maddox still not here yet. No, Maddox and Bob were doing summons. Rathix is here now. Perfect. Okay. Welcome back, everybody. We got a couple new faces, I think. At least Stag. Yeah, our goal tonight is going to be kill everything left inside this damn zone. We're going to start that off by killing some really annoying trash, and then Sithun. This trash, we need grounding totems, and luckily we have 8 shamans, so make sure your grounding totem is trained and keybound, and you're just going to want to press it on cooldown. Just grounding totem, grounding totem, grounding totem. There's 3 mobs in these packs. There's a Slayer, they do whirlwinds and knockups. There's a Mind Flayer Slayer thing. They do mana burn when they die, and also when they die, that it's an AoE mana burn that also fears everybody around them. We're going to kill them last. They also do a mind control on their highest threat target. And they do some damage and mind flay and stuff. I think it can be interrupted. I'm actually not sure, but grounding totem prevents it all. So tremor totems for the fear when they die, and grounding totems on cooldown. We're going to kill the Slayers first. We can kind of just cleave them down for the tanks that are assigned to the Slayers. Just kind of cleave them down, group them up, ting ting. Group up the Slayers away from the raid, so that when they mind control the tank is only near the backup tanks and isn't beating on a clothy. And the champion does some cleave and intimidating shout, so we also want that tanked away. So we want to try to kind of group up the Slayers in one spot, cleave them down, move over to the champion and kill the champion, and then move over to the Mind Slayers and kill the Mind Slayers. Does that make sense?
The grounding totem is for which ability that we're trying to ground?
Just spam it on cooldown. You're not. There's going to be multiple of those mobs, but what it prevents both the Mind Flay and the Mind Blast and I think it prevents everything. Mind Control, Mind Flay, and Mind Blast. So
we think it kind of is the mana burn they do when they die. So casters still have to not stand near those guys when they die.
Okay.
And this is a ready check to pull.
It has some food on him. I can just grab a stack real quick, so I can click yes.
I'm almost there. I forgot there were portals.
I don't need water. Just thanks, Shanna. I just need a stack of food. Any mage got food?
Can we just summon on Maddox and Bob?
Are we just grouping all these up, or is where am I taking square?
So it depends on what your mob is. If it's the Slayer, the Warrior, the flying dudes, we want to tank them in a pile. At least the first pack, we're going to pull back into this room. So range kind of want to back up, back to, I don't know what, I don't want to steal one of Bill's marks. Back to where Shana's jumping back here.
Circle's available.
Yeah, so range kind of just stay back here and wait for the mobs to come to us.
The pack I marked is only Slayers, just to ease us into it. It doesn't have the hard mobs.
So the Slayers, I would say, honestly, just tank them right here in the doorway. They don't do any knockups or knockaways or anything. Oh, they do a knockaway. So we just need to watch line of sight on them. So just pull them back to where circle is now, kind of away from the doorway so we don't get knocked out of line of sight or anything. They're just kind of in the open. Papa, I think you're on the champions. Just tank them kind of down here out of the raid. Just pull them back.
And melee, watch those whirlwinds. Don't stand in if you're about to die. You can step out.
All right. Jayan, on you, buddy.
On the one he marked.
Oh shit!
Yeah, let's just wait for the one that's marked if you can get it. When we're more comfortable, we'll pull whichever one comes first. But I like Bill's idea of easing us into it.
Can the Slayers be stunned?
Good question. Let us know.
Aye, Captain.
The Slayers also do an AoE silence, so that's one of the other reasons range need to stay way back.
I think pet pull is the best option for these guys.
I can res.
Pop's gonna die. Watch this.
I was only getting close enough so I could body up. When it did body aggro, nope.
Anybody else have any other questions? We're gonna wait a little while on this pat.
Do we want to put
coming
their
back.
backs to the wall for the Slayers, or not really?
I don't know. Maybe it makes sense if we get those Slayers to take them into this cubby where Shanu's at.
Right,
Just come around the corner and tuck them into this cubby. That might work. Just healers need to make sure they're in line of sight.
Here they come.
Oh boy.
On you.
Rawhide's down.
Oh,
Somebody pick up X. Oh, and we needed to clean up the scarabs. Make sure range move away from the Slayers. Mora's got X. Range,
getting
get away.
feared. I'm gonna have to get dispelled quickly on my fears, Papa.
Tremors. You don't have a shaman. Let me give you me.
You want moon next? Which one?
Square and then moon.
Pig.
Red pig. Nice work. How are we feeling about getting hit by 4 whirlwinds at the same time? Maybe we should spread them out, huh?
Yeah, don't run into the doorway when they're all coming through at once.
These fears are terrible.
The Slayers also silence. I forgot to mention that.
I think I caught that.
Oh, you
That's
mentioned that one?
range.
Okay.
Yeah.
They are stun immune.
Can that enrage be dispelled, or
The Slayers, I did forget to
Vengeance
mention
is
that.
purgeable, yes.
The Slayers do an enrage that can be trank shotted and needs to be trank shotted. And these champions you can purge, I think, yeah. Sorry folks, lots of stuff.
If we do have an extra tank, they could play goalie as far as getting CC'd on the champions. I don't know.
We got a mount.
green?
Let's-
It's my favorite color.
Let's put Rathix on champs also, and I'll put Amora for second tank.
Rathex would be a boring job, but if we can keep everybody clear from where I'm tanking and you be the next closest and not be in fear range, it would work great. I know it's a boring job.
Just make sure when the tanks switch that you heal the secondary person.
Yeah, there's a lot of aggro dropping with their knockbacks.
Spot buffs look good. You got a pack marked.
Can we put heals and ranged against this right wall and try to tank the other guys at the top of the stairs?
I'm missing the significance.
How many
Keep
packs
me
are there?
ranged and heals alive so we can heal.
I think, I mean, range should have been out of range of all of those Slayers already, right?
Yeah, we're already making some adjustments from the first pull.
Yeah, I don't want us to go crazy near stairs because we're going to end up line of sighting.
It's a double pack. You don't want to group.
We got some pro distracts. We want to just distract that group there and mark it up.
Oh, you're going to gobble them up.
I'm just going to die here.
Backpedal.
Apparently they see stealth.
The other pack I marked has only one Mind Slayer, again, easing us into it.
Alright, looks free and clear. Get some spot buffs on Bob.
You got a peg going in.
Grounding's down, tremors down.
Double pack. Double pack.
Oh boy.
King Fang.
Nice Fang.
Oh, I thought we were having fun today.
We are having fun today, but not that much fun.
I think that second pack is better than the first one.
Yeah, it seems like they're continually coming at the same time, those same two packs.
You can pull whichever one, and I can mark it while it's coming.
Aren't they separate now?
Whatever you want to do, Jan.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, there he is. Incoming.
Coming.
Yeah, they don't look happy.
Double pack.
Oh, again.
Definitely
Pain.
irritable.
Yeah, we should grab that other pack.
Yeah.
No, grab it.
Can another hunter pull this pack?
String, you got
Change
it.
his body pool.
Run, Jay.
Run! Don't backpedal! Run!
You Mind Slayers.
Oh god.
Here we go. Pick it up. Ranged away from the Slayers. Refresh grounding when it wears out.
Just one.
My trinkets, if you can, please.
Range kill these scorpions that are on healers.
Get Erathics? Never mind.
Way better, guys. Way better.
Really good work. Onto the champion downstairs.
Can the mind control be dispelled?
I don't think so, but if priests have your macro, you can try it.
Can't interrupt anything either.
Kill square next.
Resisted.
Refresh those groundings.
This one almost looked like we knew what we were doing.
Ooh, that's a long range. Yeah. Melee need to be really far away, or range rather. And we need to kill them one at a time, obviously.
How do I get mana burn when I don't have mana?
Yeah.
Fear is also the mana burn, so every time you get feared, your mana gets consumed.
It was a logic question.
No. Sorry, I was not responding to your question at all. I understood that. I just wanted to reiterate the point to the healers and casters that you're getting mana drained if you're getting feared.
Proper response was, "How dare you question the hive mind?"
Why can't I drink?
Maddox is actually the Borg, just back from the future.
On you, Jane.
So Michael J. Fox was the Borg?
Yes.
Explains that twitch he has.
He's part of the, what do they call it?
The collective?
The collective, yeah.
Hey, are the Mind Slayers taunt immune, or was I just really unaware?
Taunt immune, correct.
And you can't interrupt Mind Flay. I tried numerous times.
That dog's only got 1400 health.
Yeah, he's just gonna die anyway. And then it comes to Jayan. Incoming. Only one Mind Slayer.
Grab it.
Melee, just play it safe. You can cleave a bit, but don't kill yourself.
It's like you're in
Grab
my
it.
head.
Nice, Rathix. You got it. Pull at the bottom, I'll play goalie.
Champion after the Slayers. Kill Mind Slayer last. Because of the mana burn. Please stop killing Moon.
I'm second and third anyway, so it'll come to me.
Champion's knockback, is that a reset?
Feels like it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's putting my it puts my threat way at the bottom of my head.
Anna.
Ranged far away, far away. So you don't get mana burn.
How far do we have to be? Because everyone got mana burn.
Far.
Trying to get it. It's like 40 yards.
Yeah.
Just stay at maximum. If we don't burn that down to 20% before killing the champion, you'll have time to get away.
In fact, with all the cleaves and the aggro resets and the fears, as a healer, there's no reason to be within less than 40 yards.
Ooh, there's a blue one.
Blue bear.
Are the mounts tradable?
Yes.
Okay. If I haven't put those in a spreadsheet yet, I know I'm failing. So if I give you a mount and you already have one, trade it to somebody that doesn't have one.
We've got all the close ones now.
We
All right.
fighting in the same place or what?
Yeah, we can move up a little bit then. We just gotta make sure that we move away from that mana burn and don't get another pack at the end of that.
Should we just kill these little bugs now?
I think they respawn, but we can try to clear them out.
If they respawn, then that's a bad spot to stand with so many.
So we don't kill bugs during the trash.
So they don't hit you in the face.
Here's good. Where the triangle is now is kind of where we want to be, so we have room to spread out over here to the right.
Incoming.
2 packs? No? Yes?
So there's one.
Okay. I got scared. Grounding tremors. This looks good. Papa, don't go too far.
When they're red.
Rathix.
Is this the hard trash?
Ah.
No, the hard trash is coming up. This is just the fun trash.
Gotcha. Isn't a hard trash off the brew?
I don't know. I think these are the hardest, other than Twin Amps trash, personally.
Ranged out as I stood too close.
Ooh, thanks a rage pot.
Really nice work, guys. We're making this look easy. I think we can move up to the next area at least. Is that 4 packs?
I think so.
Another mount on that one. Oh, yeah.
Got some large scarab coffers.
And we don't have any keys though.
Boo.
Do you think it's gonna get there in time?
Well, we need priest mana anyways. And Shanna.
That is the last pack in this hallway. I think we can move up. On you, Jade. We'll wait back here to be extra safe, and there's a fuck ton of bugs up there. Can we go ahead and kill those bugs? Somebody pull a bunch of those bugs.
Abandon you.
Before that pack comes back.
They come.
Oh, baby, here they come.
Okay.
They're
Tanks,
bringing bugs with them.
pick everything up. Yeah. Pick everything up, and then we're gonna need to AoE some bugs. This is gonna get messy.
Yeah.
May just blow up the bugs quick. Good pickup.
Stream, I'm always going to just start on X if we have 2 Slayers.
Yeah, keep it trained.
Nice job, Rathix.
Champion next. That was terrifying, Will. Okay, Mind Slayer. Range, make sure you're out of range. We get to drink less if we're out of range. Only a couple people, not bad.
Oh, we can't even use Will of the Forsaken from that fear.
Nope.
That's some
Can't-
bullshit.
Can't Berserker Rage either.
Death Wish doesn't work either.
It's a terrifying, not a.
It's fitting that Priest Mode got a green one.
Oh.
Put that out.
Does this go to
Oh, he gave it to you.
Oh man.
If you don't want it, I'll take it back.
Dibs.
Is it green cool?
Because green's you're a stoner, dumbass.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Red's the best one, but it never drops.
The new packs have a pretty big range, don't they?
Yeah, the aggro in this room is really large. Once we get all the packs and stuff, we'll want to only go on one side.
That champion pack, does it just go in circles here?
Looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, but everybody back up, and Jayan, try to get that champion pack when it's at its peak, back towards us. Everybody back up so he can feign if this goes bad. On you, Jay. Pull some totems. Looks good. Nice work.
Disengage, disengage.
Rip. Rawhide. Pick up X. Somebody pick up X.
Got whirlwinded by 2 of them and a knockback at the same time.
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Champ next.
I was like, I didn't whirlwind yet.
Can Dagby dispel?
Just got humbled. Their whirlwind's better than mine.
Much.
I mean, you're using daggers.
Moon's open. Someone needs to take Moon.
Don't worry, Will. I got it.
Yeah, they use
Nice.
their claws.
That's why Shawnee uses a shield to a bunch of flowers.
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Runaway Manus.
Not wanting to grind AV or
Yeah, I was
wanting
like,
to use flowers.
he didn't even train his nature resist totem. You expect him to grind out AV?
Wow, Pig, I said that to you in private.
Oh
There was
shit!
You did not say that in private. There was like 10 of us there.
I heard you too, but I didn't spread it all out.
Group of 10 is still private.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm sorry. I've just been a pain in the ass this week.
Where you usually just die and then you just go listen to music.
I know, right?
Can you get square for these guys and Will X?
Okay, these guys, they do the eradicators, or no, the nullifiers are just like the eradicators in the front. They don't do anything beyond what they do. They just do a cleave. So we'll find out how badly we need to mana burn. But priests, if healing seems okay, then be mana burning. Make sure there's Viper Sting on both of them. And I would say warlocks, just start mana burning the X from the start, and everybody burn skull, and then we'll see where we're at. If we don't need warlocks full time mana draining X, then we'll do something else. But and then the warder just needs tanked away a little bit. He does a dust cloud, so that there's like 2 sets of abilities. Either they do a silence, fire nova, dust cloud, or they do the entangling roots in the fear. I don't know. They have like a bunch of different abilities, but to sum it up, the warder needs tanked away from the raid. So let's say Papa tank the warder over here all the way against this left wall, and then the entire raid needs to be back down, healers at max range for Papa, and tank these eradicators down here where Ishanu's at now. Does that make sense? Okay, let's do it. And the large guys have one of their abilities is fear, so tremors will help with that. Nice work. Get the skull and X face towards the wall.
We might need a little more mana burn on X. I've been vipering it, but
Mana burn on
Like
X.
a mana burn aura?
That's what they it's a mana drain, is what they do. Drain the raid. Nice work. So those guys do like a cleave. So I think just try to tank the obsidian dudes against the right wall, facing the right wall, and then Papa's position looked really good there.
Joke's on them. You can do Zug Zug as sign language.
It's shrink up a bit. Looks pretty good on you, Jane. Same thing, same position. I don't even think we need healing assigns for these packs. Champion packs, yeah, but... Mana drain seemed good there, yeah. How much mana burn were we doing? Were priests doing a lot of mana burn?
Rathix, for those, can you stick on X and stack Sunders while we're killing Skull?
Quell, Nigel, Face Melter, Drumroll, you all have a mount, correct?
I don't.
I just gave you one? No, I just gave you one on accident.
If you want to give me one, I need to clear bag.
Oh, I tried to give you one, but you didn't take it.
Right now I'm free. Yeah.
I'll trade it to you.
Hey Ish, I got one of those Great Scarab coffer keys. You want me to go pop that one of those chests open, or are we doing those?
Can you trade it to stream?
Yep.
Yeah, that goes for anybody. If you get a key, make sure you're paying attention when you get those keys and trade the keys to stream.
3 Mind Slayers next.
Do they go in your key bag or your actual bags?
We should pull back a little bit because the other pack comes closer.
Yeah, back to the mouth of this room. Tremors and groundings. Go ahead, Jay, and on you.
Feared.
Rathix, pick it up. Nice.
Those champions do chunk.
Champ next.
Tag, what the fuck, man? I get you in this raid and you treat me like by stabbing me in the face?
Got it in the face, and then, you know what?
He's talking butt cheek.
Ow.
Coach.
So I definitely have grounding totem down, and I'm getting my ass beat by Mind Blast.
I haven't seen it. Mine is timed out every time.
Or maybe my
Oh,
add-on.
it's on Mind Flay.
Maybe my add-on just doesn't tell me when it gets used.
Well, according to logs, it will target grounding for those 3 spells. Unless they change something. Uh-oh.
The Mind Flay scale and can just hit anything. Can hit whatever totem, no matter what.
Oh yeah, so maybe, yeah. It's kind of like the sacrifice in DM, right?
Yeah, you just use like 4 totems down and it'll hit whatever one.
Yeah. Alright, mana up. We got a couple more of those packs. I think at least 2 more.
Next one has 4 Mind Slayers.
When are you gonna when are you gonna have good news, Bill?
Well, we really lucked out with the order. Like, it really did ease us into it.
Stag, get off me.
It's the first time you've ever said that to him.
Nailed it.
Can you get his balls off of you?
Gross.
There's an addition.
Go for it, Jane.
Free smoke. Can I borrow 33 silver?
What's wrong about it?
There's a mount back here.
I just waved at the Nubissian guy.
Champion first.
Yep.
Yes.
I just got mind blasted through the grounding totem.
Who else is supposed to be on X? Windtalk, stick on X. It's also square. Who's supposed to be on square? Frostguard. Frostguard's on square. Thag should be on square.
Yeah, I got
Getting new shadow props.
Yeah, that'll be nice. Range and make sure you're far away. Far away. It starts getting really messy if range get hit by these. Make sure we're killing in order. Kill X next. If we don't kill in order, then range don't know what to be far away from. Kill square. Nice work, guys.
I think we're done with those guys.
Do all healers have mounts?
Shan needs one.
Oh, how did I?
I'll give this one to Shan then. Where are you at, Shan?
This is what I get for not putting it in a spreadsheet, huh?
In the back.
I was fixing to say it must be a yellow one.
Can drumroll get Mark of the Wine, please?
Does that mean Allie doesn't want the yellow one?
She couldn't give it away quick enough.
That's right.
If it was red, she would have said, I already equipped it, sorry.
Oh, that's
Hey, Paul, you want this one?
Because red goes with my outfit, man. That's important shit, you know.
Great. Let's go ahead and pull.
Can I get a druid buff quick?
Pop on the left, nullifiers on the right. Good mana drains.
I have negative mana.
Just you.
Try really hard.
As I will trust the mana drainers to make their own judgment on these trash packs as we get more comfortable with them. Just paying attention to the mana bars and doing as much mana draining as is necessary. I think probably just the priest. There's not much to heal, so just the priest spamming mana burn is probably enough. And then warlocks and shadow priests can DPS and just one viper sting and some mana burns. But,
If you let them get full, they bring us to 1 health.
Yeah. So if they're getting high, then warlocks just need to be going mana drain.
Last pack.
FYI, if you mana burn these guys when they have 0 mana, they'll go negative mana, which is so weird.
To the left, you see the little hole over there? There's a giant worm in there. We're coming for him next. But first, we want to go kill a big eye.
Don't get excited, guys.
I've been excited for weeks.
Giant worm.
Is it in a giant bottle of tequila?
I was gonna ask.
Orin has control of the Ignite pack. Somewhere.
Really, really good work so far on this trash, guys. I'm ecstatic on our success here. We even still have people with world buffs. I was honestly kind of expecting to wipe on at least one of these packs.
Don't go.
That's why we didn't.
Don't go in the doorway
Success.
when you get up here.
Yeah.
Is there any role play where we should go in together?
Do not run in front of the doorway. Do not run in front of the doorway. Do not try to look at the boss. If you run in front of the doorway, you will aggro the boss. You don't have to run into the room to aggro the boss. Running in front of the doorway will aggro the boss. So everybody just hang out. But you guys with no mounts, you can come.
We got like
to us.
6K rep just from that trash.
Yeah, that was a lot. Okay. So Sithun is the last boss of AQ40, technically, by design. Do not go past circle. Actually, I'm going to move way the fuck back here. Do not go past circle. If you go past circle, I know I have people on the bench that are willing to come in.
Wow.
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 Raid Dad getting nasty. Okay. Sithun has 2 phases. In the first phase, he does an I-beam targeted on a random player. That I-beam chains, like a chain lightning. And the second target gets hit for like 50% more, and the third target for 50% more. So basically, most people get one shot by the third. Everybody gets one shot by the fourth. Maybe if you're really squishy, you get one shot by the second. So the goal is to spread the fuck out so that only one person ever gets hit by I-beam. It's about 10-15 yards. I don't know if anybody knows exactly. So the goal is to spread out so that we don't chain people. The only other ability that he has in phase 2 is a dark glare. And that dark glare he turns big and red and scary and shoots a beam out in front of him and goes in a 180-degree circle. The entire raid will be spread out into 8 groups, which I should probably start organizing now. And your goal is to end up in the same spot you started the fight at after that dark glare. There are some strats where you stay 180 degrees rotated, but I'm not too worried about DPS, and I think it's more important that we get back to our original spot so that it's easier to know you can spread back out to the exact same spot you were at the start of the fight. Besides that, in phase 1, other major thing that he does is he spawns claw tentacles and eye tentacles. The claw tentacles spawn in random locations, maybe on top of players. They need to be killed. Tanks in melee that are not in melee range, they can run to the claw tentacle and tank them a bit, and range can burn them. Yeah, they spawn randomly around the room, so just pick them up, range, kill them for the most part. The eye tentacles spawn in 8 locations corresponding to where we're assigning our 8 groups, and they spawn arranged. Everybody switch to the eye tentacles. They are the #1 priority through phase 1 and phase 2. The small eye tentacles are #1 priority the entire fight. He spawns them every about 45 seconds. Yeah, and then once we kill his eye in phase 1, he will transition to phase 2. So phase 1 summary. And the last thing I'm going to explain is how we run in, so it's fresh in everybody's minds. So phase 1, once we run in, we're in position. He spawns ads every 45 seconds. We kill them, number 1 priority. He spawns claw tentacles randomly, mostly range kill them. Melee that aren't on the boss can turn and kill them as long as they're not stacking on top of somebody. He does a big red eye beam. Everybody run around in the circle to avoid it, and then get back to your original spot. Any questions about those mechanics of phase 1?
What should we be pre-potting?
What was that?
What should we be pre-potting?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and start pre-potting. Greater Nature and Greater Shadow.
Also, silly question. Do you think this is going to be long enough where it's going to be useful for shamans to stack themselves with healers and drop tide and stuff like that?
Yeah, I'll promote all of the resto shamans, but it's phase. Yeah, maybe in phase 2 you can do that. In phase 1, it doesn't make a difference because all the healers are going to be spread out anyway. I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Is it longer than a 5-minute fight?
Yeah, it's probably going to be long. I mean, it depends. It depends on how long it takes to get through phase 2, but it's not generally short. I mean, some guilds are taking like 10 minutes to kill it. So, yeah, that's phase 1. Once we get the big eyeball to 0%, it transitions to phase 2. When it gets to phase 2, we are all going to move to the far side of the room. There's an altar on that far side of the room, and we're all going to stack up basically in a long line across that back side of the room. He spawns giant claw tentacles and giant eye tentacles, as well as continuing to spawn the normal eye tentacles in those 8 spots around the room, around the center. Priority will still be the small eye tentacles. Second priority is the giant eye tentacles, and last priority is the giant claw tentacles. The giant eye tentacles hit really fucking hard. So Will and Papa and Thag, you guys should be in really fucking big mitigation gear. I mean, 6% hit, whatever, but pretty tanky, and pick those up. If there's nobody in melee range, I think they do bad things. So we got to get in melee range pretty quick. Whichever one of you tanks is closest, and then I don't know if you guys want to kind of coordinate where you're going to stand. Like maybe one of you on the far, the far left corner, one of you in middle left, one of you middle right, one of you far right, so that we get good coverage when those spawn.
Ish, you said eye tentacles, but you mean claw tentacles, right?
Yeah, those are the giant claws that I'm talking about that hit really hard, and the tanks are going to pick them up. The giant eye tentacles and the giant claws we kill last. Those are the third priority, but generally there will only be one giant tentacle up at a time. Second priority is the giant eye tentacles. They can be interrupted, stunned, locked down. So we wanna lock those down as fast as we can. They do the eye beam from phase 1 that chains. So it's critical that they get interrupted and locked down. I think for the most part, I want rogues to just go straight to the giant eye tentacles and let warriors in range to worry about killing the eye tentacles in phase 2. That way we're really sure that those giant eyes get locked down pretty good. And both the giant eye and giant claws spawn randomly on and near players. So that's why we all want to be on one side of the room. Stream asked a question. He said, how do we kill the little eye tentacles if we're all stacked on the back side of the room? We run out and go kill them. They die pretty quick. I think they have like less than 10,000 HP, maybe even like 6k. I don't remember exactly, but they die pretty quick. So just melee run out to your position in phase 1. You'll basically be assigned to the same eye tentacle during phase 2 as you were in phase 1. So just run, warriors intercept to it, blow it up real quick, and then run back to the back side of the room with us.
Should hunters also hit them, or do we have something else you'd rather have us doing?
Yeah, hunters, mages, warlocks, everybody. Go. Eye tentacles are #1 priority, and make sure all 8 of them are dead before you go kill any giant tentacles. And the only exception to that are rogues. Rogues, you can make sure that if there's a giant eye alive, go lock down the giant eye. If it's only giant claw phase, then go kill eye tentacles. Yeah, really important weak aura for the part that I'm about to explain. That didn't work. That did. Any questions about tentacle priority in phase 2? I think I covered it pretty well. The other part of phase 2 is he gets his husk up around him and he takes like 1% damage. And in order to break that husk and weaken him, we have to kill some tentacles that are in his stomach. There are 2 flesh tentacles inside of his stomach. They have like 25,000 HP, something like that. In order to get to the stomach, you get randomly chosen. When you get chosen to go to the stomach, you need to DPS those tentacles until you're about to die. Not about to die. You don't want to risk it. But while you're in the stomach, you get a stacking debuff on you that I don't think can be resisted, but it can be absorbed by Greater Nature Protection Potion. So you want to DPS those tentacles as hard as you can until you start taking, moderate amount of damage or you're low on health. And then you run to a little platform on an island and you just step on that platform and you get ported back upstairs. If you have that weak aura that I linked and you're in the stomach, it will link with everybody upstairs. So I can see their health and I can call out when to push them to dead whenever there's no eye tentacles up. And then we have clean DPS for the weakened phase, which lasts 45 seconds. In an ideal world, we kill him in 45 seconds. We save recklessness, all of our cooldowns, and we blow him up in 45 seconds. I'm not hopeful that's going to happen. We're probably going to have to do two full stomach phases, maybe even 3. I don't know. So yeah, that stomach phase, if you're DPS, you stay down there and you DPS the tentacles. I would say the only exception to that, again, are rogues. If you're a rogue, don't bother with the flesh tentacles in the stomach. Come back up right away so that you can make sure that you're available to interrupt and stun eye tentacles. But warriors can sit down there and hit it for a while. Tanks should come back up. So Vil, Papa, Will, Thag, you guys come back up immediately as well, so you're ready to pick up giant claws. But for example, range DPS should be just staying down there whacking on them until you're taking too much damage. Healers, your job when you get ported to the stomach, top off the DPS that are already down there, and then come back upstairs. You don't want to spend don't spend too much time down there, but do get everybody down there to 100% HP, and then step on the portal and come back upstairs. And basically, we want to coordinate to get those flesh tentacles pretty low on HP. Like I said, they only have about 25,000, so we can get them down to like 10%, 8% HP. So they're basically, almost one-shottable. And then just wait until we get, we get the claw tentacles dead, eye tentacles dead, and we get a good clean DPS phase for the weakened Zethune. And then I'll call that out, and whoever's in the stomach kills him, and then we go. And besides running in, which is its own beast, that is the whole fight. Anybody have any questions about the logistics of the fight once we're inside?
Once we're inside, how will the groups be put around the circle?
Based on the assignments that I hand out, which I'm going to arrange the groups, and each group will be assigned to a very specific spot, and I'm going to post a screenshot here in Discord to try to explain it. I'm going to put a macro out if people can understand text better. And yeah, I'm going to do the best I can.
Okay.
Which channel are you going to put the screenshot in Discord?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Should go in pitchers.
If anyone has like less than 10 minutes on their buffs, should they be clicking them off?
Yeah, that's fine. And make sure you have your double pre-pot if you don't already. Double pre-pot, super important. I should have been doing these groups a long time ago. I apologize, folks. Have some patience. Ask questions.
Is it expected that a portion of the way through the fight we will want to use our potion cooldown to repot Greater Nature or Greater Shadow or both?
100%. Yes.
And is
So-
there a priority in terms of which one's more important? Let's just say, for the sake of an example, they both fall off by the time a person notices. Which should be prioritized to put on first, or is it phase dependent?
So, assuming we get through phase 1 okay, you shouldn't need to... Okay. There's two sources of nature damage in the fight, and 2-ish sources of shadow damage. The sources of nature damage are the I-beam in phase 1, and potentially the I-beam from the giant eye tentacle in phase 2. Hopefully we interrupt that. And the nature damage from the stomach. The sources of shadow damage are the mind flay from the little eye tentacles, which hurts, and there's a lot of it coming out. And I think the giant eye also does some mind flay or mind blast or something. So the majority of the damage in phase 2 is shadow whenever you're upstairs. So shadow protection potion while you're upstairs can help save your life. Greater nature while you're in the stomach can help you push more DPS while you're down there. So mages and warlocks, for example, can maybe push a greater nature while you're down there, and be able to push more DPS on the flesh tentacles in the stomach. If your greater nature wears out during phase 1, another greater nature could save your life during phase 1 if you get hit by another I-beam. So in phase 1, I would say repop greater nature. In phase 2, I would say repop greater shadow. Unless you're trying to push more DPS in the stomach, then repop greater nature in phase 2. That makes sense?
Did you answer the question?
Should healers be leaving their pot cooldowns for resist pot instead of mana pots?
I would say no. I think that you can probably get more usefulness out of a potion. So I would only use a greater protection potion if you're gonna die.
I would wait on redoing the priest buffs till Shauna's done with groups.
And actually, they're still 10 minutes, I think.
Well, it's not
Unless
going to be enough.
tooltip's worked. Yeah.
And I was mostly talking about Fort because I don't have Fort because I was switched. So let's wait till he's done adjusting and then redo Fort.
Well, Shadow Prot's the only really short one.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Do we need to drop any special totems like nature resist or something?
If you are not in a group with a hunter, you should definitely drop nature. Actually, just all shamans drop. Wind Fury is nice. If you're in a group with a hunter, hunters use Aspect of the Wild. At least in phase 1, use Aspect of the Wild. And then if you're not in a group with a hunter, yes, please drop nature res during phase 1. During phase 2, you can drop another appropriate air totem. And grounding might work, I don't know, but for the most part, you can just drop your normal air totem. Tranquil air is useless though, so it's either Wind Fury for your melee. Everybody's in a melee group, so yeah, it's Wind Fury for your melee. Nature Res phase 1, Wind Fury phase 2. That sounds good.
Group 6, we have like one warrior. Would Agi be okay for us?
Frostguard's going to do more DPS than Wind Fury, then you're going to do DPS with Agi.
Oh, that's right. Short's a healer. Yeah. Okay.
Is everybody just waiting on me?
I think just the Discord post.
How do I link this?
What?
So first of all, if you stretch your chat window out wider, that's a lot easier to read.
You're right, it is.
Oh, that's pretty easy.
Hey, I'm glad you think so.
Where did you post this?
So that ping there is where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't see where this was posted.
1 second. I promise I will get better at this.
We all are getting better at this, guys.
Okay, Raider chat. I don't know how. I guess I could have taken a snapshot, and that would. Oh, that would have been so much easier.
Hang on, we can do that real quick.
Ooh, that's nice.
There we go. That makes so much sense. Okay, so that aligns with the macro. So and then I should put numbers on that map. I'll do that for next week. But it goes from the top is group 1, and then it goes clockwise: group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7. So yeah. So and then Lintok, Rawhide, Amora, Bob, Nerzel, Frostguard, Danger, Iapig should be the only people in melee range of the boss. They will have a symbol on their head, which it looks like they already do. Whoever did that, thank you. Yeah, and basically all you will need to do is find your group, and then relative to the macro and that screenshot, number 2 is going to be slightly behind and to the left. Number 3 is going to be slightly behind and to the right. Number 4 is going to be all the way like max range into the left, and number 5 is going to be max range into the right. So number 4 and 5 on that map are going to be the yellow dots. Number 2 and 3 are going to be the green dots, and the melee are going to be on top of the boss, and those red dots are about where the tentacles spawn. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is X the one that's like the closest to the door? So
Yeah.
Skull would be on the other side.
So So that's oriented as we're facing the room. So skull group 1 is going to be where I'm pinging now, all the way on the opposite side of the room. Circle group 2 is going to be, about 2 o'clock, about 1:30 o'clock. Moon group 3 is going to be 90 degrees out to the east, about 3 o'clock. Star group 4 is going to be southeast down here. X group 5 is going to be here. And diamond group 6, square group 7, triangle group 8, all around in the circle. Do the 8 melee have really good understanding of where their locations are? That's the most important, and then everybody else just follows their melee.
Are we going to perhaps pre-group in the order that you want us to run in, the farthest runners to closest?
Yeah, more or less. Soulstones on Short Snout, Wananazi, and Mortouche. Yeah, we'll get groups organized here in a second. I think the best thing we can do is try it. So let's get organized. So as I said, you cannot run in front of the door.
Do we want skull to go first, and then triangle and circle, and then square and moon?
Nope. So Papa is going to run in first. And he is going to tank the first 3 I-beams because that's how the mechanic works. And he's going to run all the way to the back of the room. He's in group 1. He's the skull. He's on the north side of the room. He's going to run all the way to the back of the room. He's going to go to the left on the way running in through the middle. You cannot run through the middle of the boss, by the way. For people that are on the backside, you cannot run through the middle of the room. You get knocked around. So you have to run kind of around, arc around to get to the backside on the way in. Yeah, and the only thing is, everybody come over to this wall where Shanu is. Okay, everybody hug this wall. Hug the wall, be touching the wall. And come stack on Shanu. Do not move off the wall. Don't scare me, fucking Renbuff.
I know, I
Jesus.
Okay, guys. I don't know if you can see, but that's the room. If you get your camera angled, if you move a little bit to the right or left and put your camera in the wall. Anyway, everybody gets their peek. Now, everybody come off the wall and recognize that that's how we get to the other side without aggroing the boss. And can I get group 1 led by Lintok to come to where Shanu is now? Can I get group 2 led by Rawhide to come to where Shanu is now? Tight stack. We want to get these groups close, so stand right on top of each other. To the right, Rawhide. Don't stand on top of Skull, just a little bit to the right. Okay, group 3 led by Amora.
Amora just said he needs 1 second.
Oh, okay. Well, I think we got everybody except Amora. Group 4 led by Bob right here. Looking good. And group 5 led by Cross Nursel. All right. Everybody in groups 6, 7, and 8, come to the left wall. And let's go to the other side. Shanna, you're in group 4. You'll be stacked on top of Bob, who's the star. Okay, group 6, led by Frostgar, the diamond, come stack on Ashanu. Group 7, led by Danger, the square. And group 8, led by Pig, the triangle. And that's it. And I don't know what group I'm in. I'm in group 4 with Bob. Bob's my leader. And this is it. So Papa's going to run in. He's going to run to the other side of the room. He's going to eat 3 I-beams. And during those 3 I-beams, we need to get in position as fast as possible and get spread out. So melee, run to your spot on the clock in melee range. Ranged, follow your melee and get spread out. And that's it. And then we DPS the boss, stay spread out so we don't I-beam everybody. If something goes wrong on the way in and you get targeted by I-beam, you need to run the fuck out. So the idea is everybody, for the most part, is going to run straight in towards the boss and then run, close to the boss, but run out and then spread out once you're in your pie slice. And on the left side, run kind of into melee range and then spread out to the outside once you're in your pie slice.
I think Death Switch is right. I think they're reversed on the left side.
What's that?
I think the groups are reversed on the left side. No? Don't we want
The people that need to run the farthest perhaps should be the closest to the door, I think, is what they're suggesting.
Okay, good point. Can the diamond group 6 switch with the triangle group 8? Good call. Okay.
Hunters will pack as we run in. I don't believe there's any damage, right? As long as Papa gets all the beams.
Yeah, as long as Papa gets all the beams, but streams with Papa, so don't pack, but just be really ready to turn it off.
Yep.
If high beams start going out, and make sure you turn it off. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Any last questions?
Will I get a
Mounts or
pre-bubble?
no mounts?
Yes.
Mounts. Food buffs. Do your food buff.
I forgot, where do tanks stand in first phase? Like in that pie slice, where would I stand in my little slice?
In the black goo.
So the tanks are
No.
just assigned to a spot, just like anybody else. So
We have
When
very
I
little
will
to
would
do in
be-
phase 1.
yeah.
When I will, you're the 4th one, right? So you'd be yellow.
Yeah, you're on a yellow dot behind blue square.
Yeah, the 4th person is going to be at like max range, slightly to the left. And the 5th person on the list will be max range, slightly to the right. So Will, for example, you will be directly to the left of the boss at almost max range, slightly to the left. When you're facing the boss, right?
Well, I misread this chart. So
Yeah, ask questions if you're confused. So Thagomizer, you are the moon, so you are on the right side of the boss, and straight to the east, 3 o'clock on the clock. And you are the 4th person, so you are facing the boss slightly to the left at max range. So
I'm a yellow dot.
you are a yellow dot. 4s and 5s are yellow dots, 2s and 3s are green dots, and melee are on the boss. Or number
green
1s are on the
dots
boss.
healers?
Some of them are healers, some of them are melee.
Green dot represents you're in the middle group of your slice.
Green dot just means you're 2 or 3 on the list.
All right.
Drum roll. That means when we're turned around looking at the boss, since we're on the opposite side, you're going to be on the right side of our zone, and I will be on the left side of our zone.
So I think the easiest way for people to understand this is follow your melee, and then according to these macros, don't think too much about the map if you don't understand the map. Follow these macros. If you are number 1 on the macro, you are in melee range attacking the boss. If you are number 2 on that macro, you are behind where the tentacle spawns, outside of the black shit, slightly to the left. If you are number 3 on the list, you are behind where the black shit is, slightly to the right. If you are number 4 on that list, you are max range to the left. If you're number 5 on that list, you're max range to the right.
Happen to know if the dark glare goes clockwise or counter, or if it randomizes?
It's random.
It looked like it was slow.
It's pretty slow. So we'll see the direction that it's going. Make sure you're obviously not in front of it, and then we'll see the direction it starts going, and then move in that direction. And the goal will be to get back to your starting place. So that's where it's kind of important for the melee to know what they're doing, the melee to really be comfortable with where their eye position is, so that they get back to their spot, and then you can just find your mark and then move back to your spot relative to your mark.
If you're on the outside of the circle,
180. Go ahead, Strokes.
if you're on the outside of the circle, be aware you're actually having to run farther. So when the beam starts going around, if you run in toward the boss a little and run, you won't have to run as far, and therefore you have better chance of staying ahead of it.
100%. There's no eye beam during the dark glare, so we can all kind of like stack as we're all chasing the beam around the room, and then spread back out to positions after the dark glare goes away. Once you get back to your ideal position from the beginning.
And then my comment was, I think that dark glare is 180 degrees, not 360. I saw that in chat.
Correct. So the goal will be to be in your start position. So if you're savvy about it and you're in the right position, and the dark glare goes in the right position, you may not need to move. Right? Like if the dark beam spawns to the left of you and goes clockwise, it won't reach you. Right? For example, if it starts on the square and you're diamond and it goes clockwise, it's going to go from square to moon, which means the diamond, X, and star don't even need to move. Does that make sense to everybody?
But then isn't everybody going to be on half of the map when it's over?
No, because they're going to run in circles. So let's say it spawns on square and goes clockwise, like our example there. Square's going to run the fuck away. They don't know where they're going to move, left, right, center. They're going to get the fuck out of the I-beam. If they happen to move to the right and the I-beam goes counterclockwise up around the room, sweeping to moon, then they're going to move about 3 feet to their left as the beam starts moving and then stay there. Triangle group is going to start running away from the beam that's going to be chasing them. They're going to do a complete lap all the way around the boss and then end up back at triangle. Skull's going to do the same thing. They're going to do an entire lap around the boss and end up at skull. Circle's going to do an entire lap around the boss to end up at circle. Moon's going to do an entire lap around the boss and end up at moon. Meanwhile, star, X, and diamond technically don't need to move if they know what they're doing.
I have one suggestion, which is there's a lot of random shit, a lot of random ways to die. Like during dark glare, you could have a tentacle spawn under you and get knocked into it. I sympathize with you, but we don't need to know that on Discord and why you died and the details of it. Just try to keep things clear so that Ish can call things out.
That being said, don't ride the tentacle. If you're anywhere near it and a claw spawns, you could get knocked into it.
But I like hentai.
Yeah, so to explain that further, the dark glare, the claw tentacles continue spawning as the dark glare is going out. So we want to be like killing them as we're running around in the circles. We want to be killing the eye tentacle as we're running around in the circle as well. If the dark glare isn't near you, kill your eye tentacle quickly before you start moving. The dark glare moves really slow. So you have time to get out of the way. You can run faster than it. But yeah, if you're chasing it to get back to your position, don't chase it too close, because if you chase it too close and then a claw tentacle bumps you into it, you die. Any last questions before we just go in there and see it?
Let's do it.
Okay, everybody should be pre-potted with Shadow and Nature. We're looking pretty good on that front. We'll see how this attempt goes. I personally am using like full consumes for it, and then we'll see how this attempt goes. If it gets nasty, you know, running into the room and we just die, maybe we'll do a couple dry runs. But we still got a bunch of world buffs, so let's try it. Everybody mount it up if you have a mount on Papa. Make sure Papa first.
Priest pre-shield, then I'll go.
Give Papa like 20 yards before anybody follows. Okay.
Mount on priest, then I'll go.
Here we go.
Tentacle by the door.
Dead. Get 10 yards away from everybody.
Ryan, you're on the wrong side, dude. Switch.
Priest mode and stag switch.
I hope you can be closer. Be closer and up to the right. You should be like just to the right of Ashanu. Shanna's behind me. That's good. Panda's, yeah. We're okay, I think. He's near me. Kill eye tentacles.
Dark glare.
It's counterclockwise towards the bottom of the room. Everybody at the bottom of the room needs to do a full lap and get back to your starting positions. You can DPS boss during this. Don't chase it too close. Back to starting positions. Kill eye tentacles. Be spread out.
Go a little to your right, Nature.
Red Hoof, you should be much closer. You should be like right where Shanu is now. Claw tentacle. That gives Shanna and Panda more room to spread out behind us.
Juan, can you take a slight step to your right?
Dark glare coming.
Dark glare. Move, move, move. Kill eye tentacles along the way. It's going clockwise this time. Kill these eye tentacles. Interrupt them if you can. This is the whole of phase 1, guys. You just need to learn your spot and be able to get there. Kill eyes. %. Dark Glare in 3. Eye Tentacles are going to spawn soon after. Dark Glare pointing right at my face. It's going clockwise. Kill eyes. And then we're in execute phase. Get these eyes dead. These eyes hurt a lot. short set. Everyone will save battle reses. Okay. Spread out, spread out. Dark Lair ending in 3. Get spread out. Claws. Phase 2 soon. Remember, we're going to move towards the gong on the back half of the room, or we're going to kind of form a line across the room. Eyes. Kill eyes, kill eyes. Everybody go to the back side. Kill Giant Claw. If you're in the stomach, remember DPS. And then once you get too many stacks on you, you start taking some damage. Step on the little portal and come out.
You guys can spread out a bit.
Kill eyes. Rogues interrupt giant eye. Everybody kill little eyes. Kill little eyes quick, quick, quick. Move around, kill little eyes. Go, go, go. This is good. If you can onk, wait for these eyes to die. Everybody on eyes. Big heals on Papa. Okay, if you can onk, onk. And heal yourself real quick.
Little eyes.
Giant eye interrupted.
Oh, eye beam's really bad.
Have to be perfect on those interrupts.
Okay, no more onks. Another eye beam got off. It is critical that we interrupt that eye beam.
Oh, I got eaten and dead inside. That was very nice. Yeah. If we
Big eye.
died in...
Yeah, we got two giant tentacles up. That's gonna be a wipe for sure. But that is the entire fight.
Should we release if we're already dead?
Yeah, go ahead and wipe it up, guys, and start running back. It's gonna be a long run.
Yeah, especially without mounts for many of us.
If you need to take a break, zone in and put somebody on follow.
After you go through the portal.
Yeah, just get res zone in and take the portal to Twin Emps, and then put somebody on follow, because it is a long run up that hallway.
What should we do better for next try?
That was a really good first attempt, as a couple people mentioned. I think that phase 1, hopefully people kind of see the layout and the positions a little bit. So the 2 and 3 slots on the macro and on that list are the green dots, and they're going to be kind of really close to where that eye tentacles were spawning. One to the left of it and one to the right of it. I don't think that the range should be able to blow up that eye tentacle pretty quick, so that the melee doesn't have to turn around and come kill it. Because when that melee turns around to come kill it, I think that ends up getting people chained with eye beam. So let's have the 8 melee that are on the boss stay on the boss, and don't turn around for the eye tentacles during phase 1. That is. And just
Can we clarify one thing about melee range?
Yeah.
Is it only the 8 people with marks are supposed to be in melee range of the boss?
Correct.
Okay, I think I saw a few more melee trying to like sneak in there, but I think that gets us too close together.
That's
The
what
only
killed
time
us.
the only time you can do that is during Dark Glare. It's safe to melee the boss. If there's no
Remember, guys,
tentacle
you
left.
can mount till scare him.
Yeah, you can do a normal mount up the hill to scare him.
So if you're a melee
Also-
without a mark, you just you stand there and
You
try not to die.
help on claw tentacles if one spawns in your group.
Now, if your marked melee dies, then of course you could go in at that point, but only if they remain dead.
And if you're running around, you can kill an eye while we're, running from the beam. If the beam's not close to you, stop and kill an eye if it spawns.
That's what killed me. An eye killed me while we were running first phase right from the start.
Yeah, it's. I think everybody saw the dark glare now, the big eye beam, the giant dark beam. It's not really that scary. It's actually kind of a nice break from the fight. So while we're running from that beam, we still need to kill those eye tentacles ASAP, and the beam runs really slow, so you have time to just stop, kill the beams, spot heal people. It's not too bad.
Okay, I'm on follow.
The big tentacles didn't hit near as hard as I thought they would.
They're just too beefy.
Oh, did have full consumes and tanky gear.
I do think they spawn slow enough. We probably don't need 4 of us in max midi.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think maybe if one of those people are there, they can help pick it up really quick. But yeah,
Like, I would say the biggest issue I saw in phase 2 was the giant eyes. Like, we need people ready to intercept in immediately, stun, all that stuff.
We lost a lot of people trying to get back to their spots from the dark glare to the mind flight to the eye beams.
or don't run in front of the doorway.
Don't go to the outside because it's a shorter distance.
That's what I'm doing, priest mode.
So the only thing about that beam, guys, I don't know how to explain geometry clearly.
So on Ish's diagram, what I did, so I was in the X group, so what I did is basically run to the purple line first and just hit little eye tentacles as I walked around that purple circle. And as soon as I got back to my group, I went back to my spot in the back. So that's the minimum. That's kind of the minimum path. And if you do that, you have plenty of time to do a full 360.
Also, if the I-beam's moving away from you, you do not have to move.
That's right. But if there's no little eyes up, then feel free to smack the boss as you're going around because you're there anyway.
If I think in phase 2, as a good insurance policy, I mean, rogues are going to be doing our best to interrupt the eye tentacles, but let's try and stay spread out during that phase 2 because it's the same principle as in phase.
Can we go along the wall ish?
Yeah, you can run along the wall and get back to your starting spot, but not yet because we want to get buffed up.
That's what I was thinking.
Just everybody stay back over here and let's get buffed up before we start trying to run around. I think phase 1 went pretty well. There were a couple random deaths, a couple stray I-beams with people a little clumped up. Hopefully people have seen it a little better and understand their positions. The people that are in an arc in a pie slice with you are in your 5-man party. So if you saw any issues with positioning with your 5-man party, start talking in party chat now. Get everybody straight. Don't just sit here and assume they're going to do it right next time. If you saw somebody fuck it up, just start talking in party chat and make sure everybody's on the same page. You don't have to call them a noob or something, but help them. Yeah, phase 1 I think was pretty okay. Phase 2, we had a lot of people alive. It just got a little bit out of hand. I think most of the deaths in phase 2 just came from the little eye beams from the little eye tentacles. It is really critical that we kill them really fast. So I know I told people to spread out all along the backside, but really we just want to be on the same side of the room. Range don't have to go all the way to the back wall. We can just kind of make a line that's kind of. We don't have to be as spread out as we were, I guess is my point, so that we are faster to react to the little eye beam, the little eye tentacles, and kill them pretty quick.
If any engineers have iron grenades, those work for stunning the little guys too. I don't know if they work on the big guys.
It took us so long to figure out how to get in this room. It wasn't even funny.
Another little helpful pointer, shamans, before you take off in your run, leave some totems behind. And for everyone else, just find your totems when you come back around. It's sort of your landmark when you're coming around.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. So all of the shamans are the B slot. Behind the melee to the left. So the melee can also, the shaman totems, like Zug was explaining, can also be a good anchor spot. So you know where you're at relative to where those totems are. Priest mode, face melter. Looks like we just need some mana.
Shadow prod on group 7.
We need intellect on group 3, please.
Face melter, you good?
Yep.
Can we get a shield on Papa? And we're going in. Papa, you want to do a countdown?
I don't have permission to do a pull timer. Here we go.
Get spread out. I-beam's coming for somebody. Tentacles in 10. They do like a little bit of a knock up when they spawn. So just try not to be right on top of them. Dark glare. It's going clockwise.
And we can melee right now. No
Yeah,
doubt.
for sure. Yeah, those tentacles guys, they have really low health. Just shocks, fire blasts.
Even
just
I can
blow
solo them.
up. Yeah, I'm a healer and I'm hitting them to half health with a shock.
Back to spread out.
Quill.
And can you back up just a bit? Kill eyes. Don't get scared of the dark glare. Kill tentacles. It's going counterclockwise.
Is it alternating clockwise and counterclockwise?
So far,
No.
yeah. I think it's random, but I think so far it's kind of been like that. Dark glare ending in 8. Be back and spread out.
Danger, can you take about 2 seconds to your right? Thank you.
Frostguard was too close, that's why I was where I was.
Oh, no worries. If we communicate, then we'll
Execute.
straighten it.
%. It's going clockwise. Oh, we got eye tentacles. Kill eye tentacles. Go, go, go. Kill eyes, kill eyes. Then everybody move to the north side of the room.
Will and Thag on big ones.
We don't need to be all up on the altar, guys. Be down. We want to be close to react to the eye tentacles. Like where Ishanu's at. We don't all need to be way up on the stairs, guys. Too far away from the eyes and we don't have time to kill them.
Are those tauntable, Will? Okay. Be ready to intercept next big one.
Kill eyes.
Much better.
Very clean. So the only reason we have people on this north side of the room is because the tentacles spawn on and near people. The giant ones. So we don't want them spawning on the other side where there's nobody there. But besides that, kill these eye tentacles ASAP. And
keep Thag up.
little eyes.
Big guy.
Keep That big eye interrupted. No eye beams allowed. Nice work. We got one flesh tentacle left at 38%, 33%. Finish that giant claw. It's at like 1%.
It's
We
about
got another
to be
giant
good.
claw. Kill eye tentacles. Don't kill the flesh. Don't kill the flesh. Don't kill it. Too late. Leave the claw up. Tank it. Kill the little eyes. Then kill Sithun. Kill the little eyes. Keep one-eyed Will alive. Or Papa. Keep Papa alive. Burn the boss. Kill the eyes. Burn the boss. Burn the boss. Pop everything. Except, yeah, just pop everything. See where we get him. Weekend ends in 10. All right, guys, we just need to do that 2 or 3 more times.
Back to positions or stay up at the front?
Giant claw down here on the bottom. That's what we want to avoid. We don't want these giant claws spawning down here in the bottom. We need a tank on it.
Should go back and bait it.
We've got 3. Oh, it respawned. Interesting.
Convenient.
Yeah, I think if no one's tanking it, it submerges.
Little eyes.
Yep.
Got a big eye up. Oh yeah, we're killing it. Okay.
We got one flesh tentacle up at 66%. That one's dead.
Yeah, we're getting overwhelmed by giant eye tentacles at this point. Little eyes, giant eyes, fucking everything.
Come here, Elfman.
Go ahead and wipe it up, guys. Although it's it's weird. It's almost difficult to find something to die to, but this eye beam will do it quick.
Sorry about that.
Whoa,
I
triple mind
definitely-
flays. That did it.
By any chance is the the teleporter from the stomach bugged? Because like it threw me to the air and then I died to fall damage. I didn't get back to the room of Cthulhu.
Might have had a tentacle spawn just as you were coming back into the main room.
So it was
Those
myself and
do a damage when they pop out.
So how many
Sorry, Bill.
stacks are people being able to get up to in the stomach safely?
I had 7.
What are you getting hit for at 7?
1,200.
I got a bunch of hills, so I had like 13 stacks.
I think the giant eyes were much better, but the push couldn't have been worsely timed.
Yeah, I was trying to chime in on that. So just to clarify, we're going to hold the second tentacle until a call from Ish on when to push it over for the transition. So keep it at 10 or 15%, whatever you can easily push through once the call is made. But wait until then to push it over. What I did toward the end, it was myself and one other person down there, is I had it dotted, and then as soon as Ish said, "Don't kill the tentacle, don't kill the tentacle," my mind blast went off, and it was enough to push it over. So there wasn't any way to hold off. But now I know you probably called it out ahead of time, but I must have forgotten that piece.
Yeah, all good. We're learning. Wasn't expecting to two-shot this guy. Phase 1, I think, went about the same. We still had several random deaths.
On phase 1, one thing I saw was people were like super late going back to their spots after dark glare, and I don't know what's causing that because, again, I'm in the far back position, so I should be one of the last people back. But if you go on that purple line path that I was talking about before, you should have more than enough time.
Yeah, you guys have to remember that the dark glare is only 180 degrees. So, for example, if it spawns in front of you and it's moving away from you, if it spawns beside you and it's moving away from you, it's never going to reach you. Does that make sense to people?
It does. If it would be possible to call the position it spawned in, because sometimes we can't see it if we're, part of the way around.
Right. Yeah.
Like, hey, spawned at 3 o'clock. Assuming all of you know what that means. Then somebody who happens to be standing at 10 o'clock knows they don't have to move.
But if you are a lay person, the worst thing you can do is run through the middle of another group on your way back to your group. You should really just run to the wall and stay there until it's safe to move again. Like there's no real safe way to get back to your spot if you are late.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. If it's like 5 seconds left on dark glare and you aren't at your spot or right next to your spot, yeah, I kind of just run all the way to the wall, get as far away from people as you can, and just wait till next dark glare. That means you messed up, but it's safer for you to be there than to try to get back to your spot. Remember, don't run in front of the door.
Also, want to reiterate what Amora said before about keeping Sunders up on phase 1. Twice I refreshed it on a dark glare just because it only had like a few seconds left. So just remember to throw those out once in a while if you're one of the 8 DPS up there.
Would it be better to have exposed armor?
I don't think so. That'll be way too difficult to maintain because you're switching. I would much rather you be focusing on switching targets and locking things down. It's pretty easy for 10 warriors to press Sunder Armor every 30 seconds. And I guess in phase 1 there's only 5 warriors in range of the boss, but still.
Also found it was easier. The iron grenades are more useful in phase 2 because we're on one side. So what I tried to do was throw one at the furthest tentacle that was doing blue beams, and that would just stun it until someone could get over there and DPS it down.
Yeah, so I think maybe there's some confusion about that because we seem to be like killing the close ones and then moving through and killing the further ones and then moving through and killing the further ones. That is not what I want to happen. What I want to happen during phase 2, when the eye tentacles spawn, I want you to beeline to where you were in phase 1 and kill the tentacle that's near where you were in phase 1. Does that make sense to everybody? That should allow shamans to go there and get in range to shock them. That should allow mages to get in range even faster and counterspell them. That should allow warriors to be able to intercept to the ad that's on where their spot's supposed to be and just blow it the fuck up and reduce our damage taken from Mind Flay, because I think that's the highest damage we're taking in phase 2 for sure.
Amor, you're a couple more stacks to your left.
Besides that, I think the giant eye tentacles were good. I don't think they got any eye beams off whenever we were actually, in a stable position in phase 2. Stomach, yeah, just don't kill the last flesh tentacle in the stomach until it's called for. If I'm not paying attention and it's getting low, just stop attacking it and maybe, chime up and say, hey, Ish, this is low. Be ready to call for it. Or anybody that's looking at the weak aura for that matter. But yeah, don't kill it till we make a call. What we want to do is we want to make sure, basically we want to kill, the ideal scenario is we have just killed all of the little eyes and the giant eye. So the next thing to spawn is a giant claw. So we have like 30 seconds before anything spawns. The next thing to spawn is going to be a giant claw. We go balls deep DPS. The tank picks up the giant claw and we ignore it and we just try to kill that fucker. And then we recover after the weekend phase is over. Okay, let's give this one more good attempt here, and then it'll be 2 hours in raid, and we'll take a short break.
Let me just get some mana first.
It's just the goal in the first weekend phase to just pop all the cooldowns and just go ham, or are we thinking it's going to take 2?
Okay. Every weekend phase, pop all 3-minute cooldowns.
Okay.
I would, if warriors have already used rec, then I mean they're gone. But I would save like 5 and 10-minute cooldowns for. I think we should have the DPS to 2-phase it if we get clean transitions and everybody's alive. So I would say pop all 3-minute cooldowns on the first weekend phase, and then pop everything on the second weekend phase.
Why not
And then,
everything first phase? We can get it as low as possible. Maybe even in one phase.
Because we will maximize things like execute if we use our bigger cooldowns, longer cooldowns in phase 2, in second weekend. And also, if we fail to get a good first push and it looks like we're not going to second push, then we'll still have our 30-minute cooldowns for the next attempt.
yes, sir. Okay. Short snout, you good? Yeah, you said R. Shield on Papa. And on Papa.
Pulling in 5.
You can't follow Papa.
I got pushed or something. I got jumped from the tentacle spawning.
Yep.
It threw us all right on top of him.
Dark Glare facing south, moving counterclockwise.
Keep those Sunders up.
Be in position, Dark Glare ending in 3.
Shanna, not so good.
Dark Glare and Eye Tentacles in about 10 seconds now. Dark Glare started in that direction. It's coming clockwise, so anybody that's on the left side of the room should never need to move. You can just stay where you're at. Be spread back out, it's ending. Kill eyes. Quick interrupts on these things, guys. We're taking way too much damage from these things. I think that melee that are on the boss, just be smart. So if there's no other person close to your eye tentacle, turn around and interrupt it and kill it. Execute phase, 12%, 11%.
Clear in 3.
Eyes are gonna spawn, kill eyes. Beam started about 9 o'clock. Got a claw up over there. Got a couple claws up over here. Phase 2's really quickly now. Everybody move north. Repop Greater Nate Shadow Protection Potion.
Big eye.
Kill your eye tentacles, interrupt giant eye. Nice work. That was really clean. That means we have plenty of DPS to kill these tentacles and the eye tentacles. So we just need to keep doing it.
One tentacle's down inside.
Remember, healers, if you top off the people in the stomach, just top them off and run back out.
Flesh tentacles down to about 35.
And don't risk it when you're in the
22.
stomach, guys. Stop DPS,
Stop.
stop DPS on the tentacle in the stomach. Kill these eye tentacles. Push it, push it, push it, push it.
Shit. I'm gonna
There's a giant eye up.
Yeah, we've got one little bit to do in here.
Push it. Go, go, go.
We're
About
out.
3 minutes. Kill the weekend. Kill eye tentacles. Everybody can spread out, melee spread out around the boss during this, and be ready to kill eye tentacles. If he spawns them while he's weakened,
I don't think he spawns tentacles while he's weakened.
well, then that is super ideal. So everybody can stay on the north side.
To my knowledge, the weekend phases just hit the boss.
Prime Meats, can you battle res Short Snout, please? Short Snout, can you battle res Aya Pig? Shaman's Ankh. And will battle res Rathix. Full mana rotation healers. Quick spot heals on people. Keep people alive. Kill eye tentacles, interrupts,
eye.
big interrupts. Just lock these eye
No,
tentacles
that's
down and
true.
kill them.
Heals on Papa.
People are dying to Mind Flay. That's our #1 killer. Those eye tentacles need interrupted in any way possible. Healers, slow earth flow, rank earth shock. And people in the stomach, don't risk it. Get out of the stomach. We don't need to get huge. People get in there fast enough. If people are dying in the stomach, that's really, really bad. That's the safest place to be in this fight.
Tentacles on the far side still. Oh, they got him.
Both tentacles are at 30.
Okay, try to, kill one. Interrupts on eyes.
Two claw tentacles up.
More get out of the stomach,
Flesh
man.
tentacles getting low, 15%.
Kill one of the flesh tentacles, guys. Leave the other one at where it's at now. And please do not get low health in the stomach, guys. I see a lot of people dying in the stomach.
Do you want me to
It shot me up, and then I hit the side of the fucking ceiling, and it shot me back down.
Do I onk or are we wiping?
We're gonna wipe. We got 7 people died since we last talked, so.
That far little tentacle kills me in pig every time.
So
intercept it. Well, no, it's on the other side of the boss. It's like the squared diamond star area.
Yeah,
On that.
when I was alive, I was immediately running there and earth shocking it, but I died in phase 1 this attempt. So, what's happening to people dying going in and out of the stomach? People are like going in at full health and then dying to like fall damage?
Yeah, when I was in the middle of that platform getting shot back up, I hit some kind of ceiling and it shot me, and I fell right back down and took fall damage.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you have to come out when you're at like 50%, or you might die from the fall damage coming out.
Yeah, don't push it in the stomach. If you're not getting healed, there's no healer down there, and there shouldn't be a healer down there other than to like top you off and then come right back out. Make sure that your healer should just top everybody off and then come right back out. DPS should do some DPS, take a few stacks, get to like 75% HP, and then come back out. Let's all run back to position. Get inside the zone, run back to position, and then once we are in front of Cthulhu's room, we'll take a quick break.
So, one big issue I saw in both phases was debuffs. Sunder fell off like 4 times in phase 1. There's no reason for that. And in phase 2, we need to have the debuffs on the boss before we go into the vulnerability phase. Otherwise, we just waste time putting the debuffs on. So as you're running around to get to your tentacle in phase 2, just throw a Sunder on the boss as you're walking by, and it'll keep it at 5. Same thing for Warlock curses, all that stuff.
I have one on me ish, and my mage is holding another one outside the door.
Okay. We'll drop a repair bot when we get back from break, just to make sure everybody's topped off. But get back to Cthulhu's room, and then I'll start a break timer once I'm back in front of Cthulhu's room.
Wrong way. Make sure you go the right direction out of the Twin Imps room.
Yeah, that's also a good call. On the run back, go ahead and pre-pot.
Do I need to take a wider turn than what I'm doing, or everybody else has to adjust as far as those couple early deaths?
What happened? Yeah, that was just bad luck. Like, as we were running in, we had a tentacle spawn behind us and throw 4 of us right behind you.
Well, should we just stagger you guys a little bit longer
No.
because there's...
He got pushed into you. 3 of us just got knocked near each other, and he just decided to eye glare right where we were, or an eye beam.
Right.
And killed us.
But hear me out. The knock knocks you a set distance. So if you are further away from Papa, then
No. We didn't get hit towards Papa. We got hit backwards, and then he eye beamed one of us. We were like the 4th beam, is what I'm saying.
Not what happened to Pig.
Pig got knocked into him, yeah.
Yeah, like my beam was a beam off of Papa.
And that's sort of my point, is if you get I-beam with me and we have a chance for knockback, I can eat these beams. We should just stagger the follow in with me, except for my healer a little bit more, is my point. It's not worth the death. So if we get the unlucky tentacle, we're still okay.
People should go a little bit slower as far as not being anywhere close to Papa. Overall, though, so we have these groups split up a little bit, but the strategy isn't to stagger in. Because we're not using the strategy where we're like running in one person at a time, as long as people are familiar with their group and who they're supposed to be following in their position relative to who they're supposed to be, everybody should just stack up beside the door, and everybody should be running in pretty much immediately. And Papa's going to the left, so that's the reason that I have 5 groups set on the right side. So basically the middle groups can start going in immediately because Papa's running away from them. And then the middle groups, or the groups on the left, just need to give Papa a little bit of space. And everybody pretty much runs in together. And then if the I-beams come off of Papa and they start targeting somebody else, then you need to be, for one, everybody needs to be targeting the boss as they start running in. And if the boss targets you, you need to run out of the pack. So like I said, everybody should be running in like kind of straight towards melee range and then arcing out from there. So run like straight on, for example, on the diagram, everybody runs straight to X almost, and then branch out to your spot from there. Or maybe more accurately to the edge of the black circle. And then branch out. And then if you get targeted by I-beam, you're able to just run directly towards the outside wall and you won't chain to anybody. And those 2 things should prevent any deaths running into the room if we execute them properly. Let's get everybody here. Any phase 2? Go ahead.
I wasn't sure why folks were leaving both tentacles in the stomach alive. Like, there's no reason not to just burn one down and then be careful with the second one.
Let's go ahead and say as a rule, kill the left one first. and we'll just have that as the rule. The left one should die first. If you can cleave or multi-dot or whatever, that's fine. But just kill the left tentacle first, 100% of the time, and then kill the right. We'll get the right one whittled down and hold it. Okay, you can rebuff 60 minutes, but don't do Shadow Prot yet. And I'm gonna go ahead and start break timer. Get freshened up. Yeah, and then we'll maybe give this guy another attempt or two when we get back. And depending on how close we are, maybe we'll go one shot bug trio or something if Cthulhu goes poorly. But I really think we can get this guy. Just need to clean it up a little bit, keep everybody alive through phase 1 and running into the room. Interrupts on those eye tentacles are super important. When I was alive on our first attempt, I'm in phase 2. I would run straight to the backside as a healer and fucking earth shock the shit out of those ones in the back because nobody else was near them. But everybody's got to focus those eye tentacles immediately. Because even as a shaman, it's kind of similar to putting down poison cleansing totem. You're gonna get more healing out of putting down a poison cleansing totem than trying to heal. You're gonna get more healing out of frost shocking the eye tentacle than you are from finishing your heal. Anyway, everybody stretch, get some water.
Repair bot go out yet?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Pop it when we're back from break.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let me go ahead.
What?
Let me go ahead and drop
bot.
the, yeah.
Repair bot on spell. Everybody repair.
Yeah, I need my 10% cut.
Don't you wish? I
Alright.
don't know why they didn't ever do that even later. They really should have.
Just to recap with everybody, on your phase 1 position with your symbols, the range, you guys can reach through interrupts and kill those eye tentacles quicker than the melee can possibly get there. So you should be extra quick on targeting those further tentacles from your original quadrant.
Yes, 100%. Like for phase 2, everybody needs to be spread out on the north side of the room, so the giant tentacles spawn on that north side of the room. We don't necessarily need to go all the way out to the corners, and then range should be able to just run real quick to be in range of the furthest south tentacles and blow them up pretty quick.
I'm remembering a trick that I wonder if it still works or if it works now. Is that Mind Flay is a movement impairing effect. So if you have like an ability that will drop them, like a druid can shapeshift and it'll drop Mind Flay.
Interesting.
I shall try to feign out of it.
Oh, can you put triangle back on me? It moved it to Rathix.
Wait, what stream?
Feign death does work, yes.
Cool. I've been pretty lucky in not getting them till the end when we're wiping, but if I
Ready?
do,
Cool, folks. Get in
Let's get
positions. Get in positions quick. Let's have everybody stack up beside the door. We're not staggering in. We're giving Papa some space. And then the right side can run in almost immediately. The left side, give Papa some space. So he's gonna try to run towards melee range inside the black stuff and then run around. But everybody on the left side, once he's far enough forward, you can start running around kind of the outside and give him some space and get to your spots. But give him a wide berth so you don't get knocked into him, obviously. And then if you get everybody target the Eye of Cthulhu, and if you get targeted by the eye beam towards the end while everybody's running in, run straight out to the wall away from everybody. Does that make sense? Primates, you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Shield on Papa. Let's roll.
Going in 5.
Papa some space.
Remember, I get dismounted, so I'm not as quick as you think. Oof. That's 2.
One cooldown. Oh, if you can Ankh, go for it. quick and then heal yourself. Eyes are coming. Kill eyes. Dark Glare is facing, it's going clockwise, going this direction. Did we all just die to Dark Glare?
It spawned right on top of our group. Just watch where he faces when he is about to do it, and if he's looking at you, strafe.
Glare ends in 5.
Spread out, folks.
Talks down.
Repop Greater Nature if yours is off. Dark Glare coming east. Gotta move quick, guys.
Move, don't even move.
Zug, your mood now.
Be spread out. Dark Glare ending in 10. Execute.
Dark Glare starting.
Yeah, he gets big and red and faces the position well before the warning comes out from DBM, so just gotta look at the boss, guys.
If you're not in immediate danger, I think you can spend a second and kill the eye that spawns. I'm seeing people just run, even if they're way far away from the beam, and not kill the eyes.
Yep, it's 100%.
I can do that.
Shanna, can you battle Resamora?
Someone else drop combat for a second.
Little eyes. Seems like good interrupts in the giant eye. Play it safe in the stomach, guys. We can honestly sustain ourselves in this fight for a long ass time. Just play it safe. Be able to survive fall damage. Healers top people off and get them haunted and then run out. Zug, just run out, man. There's nothing for you to do here.
Big eye.
This is it, folks. Just stay alive. Kill eyes.
You need to restack Sunder on the boss.
Got one flesh down and one at 57%. Kill eyes.
Big eye.
Turn to big eye, guys. Over in the corner. Getting all the healers in the stomach today.
Refresh Sunder.
Sure. Can you battle Res and Urzel, please? Claw Tentacle needs a tank. Oh my god, guys.
That was poor timing.
Eyes high.
Giant Eye, guys. Get the little eyes dead. Interrupt Giant Eye.
There's a giant eye up. Your stomach is at 4%. Now it's not.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna think of one.
Go ahead and wipe it up.
Phase 1 debuff looked way better. I died to 3 beams in phase 1, 3 in a row, but no chain. Just didn't get a heal.
It was poor spawn spot for my battle res. That sucked.
Okay, let's get zoned in, get there, get buffed up quick, get pre-potted along the way. Let's get back in there and kill this fucker. Make sure that when you see him turn red and look at you, that you run away. Phase 2, I want to propose something. It seems like for the most part that the giant tentacles are spawning almost on the same, on the same interval as the giant claws, or all the giant tentacles. Should we stay spread out in phase 2? Is my proposal. What do you guys think?
I kind of think so. I think
We
we have
have
the
enough
DPS.
tanks. We have enough tanks we could.
And get those little I-beam dudes down quicker too.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is to everybody stay in your phase 1 spot and get the little eye tentacles killed ASAP. When your little eyes are dead, you can go move around, kill the giant claw, whatever. But I already have the tanks spread around from the phase 1 positions, so they can pick up the giant claws. The rogues and all the there's somebody to interrupt the giant eye spread all around the room, but that will allow everybody to already be in range of the little eyes and just kill them. And then once the little eyes die, we can converge, kill the big thing, and then run back out to position. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think we can cheat a little bit on phase 2, not phase 1, but phase 2 cheat towards melee, so you're closer anyways.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, nobody needs to be spread out in phase 2. The only reason to be a little bit spread out is so when the tentacles spawn, not everybody gets knocked at the same time. But I think the range on that is smaller than what the I-beam can go to. So
I mean, every death in phase 2 up to a certain point was the big I-beams killing someone with a beam because they didn't get interrupted time, even though they're spawning over on our side. If we spread out, is that going to delay the time it takes? Because you're not going to have everyone ready to interrupt. There might be like 1 or 2 people who might not be paying attention and then it kills somebody.
A lot of people dead already on that one.
No, I'm literally looking at the list right now. After second phase, every death for the next 7 8 deaths was an I-beam, like the big one, because it didn't get interrupted.
How many rogues were down already?
And we
One.
just hit by him.
I was just saying in rogue chat that I think we should have the rogues spread out better so we can make sure that there's one near the spawn point every time, and I think this achieves that.
yeah, I agree. So I think that basically the priority will be for, if we're all spread out like that, then any melee near the giant eye, make sure it gets interrupted. Once you see that there's a rogue on it, go kill your little lad. But what this will mean is that ranged will always be in range of their little tentacle, and warlocks can line up a Searing Pain really quick. Mages can Fire Blast, just blow that fucker up, while melee lock down the giant eye. And if it's giant claw, just the tank picks it up and we ignore it until all the little eyes die, and then we go converge on the giant claw and kill it. If it's the giant eye, first priority is interrupting that. Second priority is killing the eye tentacles. And then once the eye tentacles die, we converge and kill the giant eye.
I'm assuming the strat with what we're doing now is to force the big tentacles into a certain spawn location, though, right? Because they spawn under people.
Right, but if we spread out, we're still going to have, as long as people aren't dead, you're still always going to have like 6 melee in range of it, right? Wherever it spawns, you're going to have 2 to 4 warriors in range to intercept it, and 1 rogue somewhere nearby.
Okay.
And the disadvantage of being close together is when it spawns, it knocks everybody back. So if all the rogues are in one spot and the tentacle spawns on them, then none of them are close.
Right. Even when we're, yep.
That's literally all of phase 2. If we interrupt their eyes, we win, because that's every death most of the time until it starts going to shit.
Well, we're going to try to do Curse of Tongues on this one, so as long as the closest rogue can interrupt the first one, get his Curse of Tongues, should give that much more time to keep them interrupted, which will help quite a bit, I think.
And also, if we're spread out in phase 2, then that reduces the amount that I-beams will chain if they do get off.
I was just gonna say shamans, just keep an eye out because you can earth shock it from range and interrupt it if you have the GCD.
Pre-pots. Full consumes, folks. Show me what you got. Full mana rotation. I think that I'm like fucking ignoring people, ignoring my raid frames, and not doing very much healing, but I am spot healing people, and I'm throwing max strength earth shocks around, and I am not running out of mana at all. Yeah.
I think it's more about damage prevention than healing.
Yeah, I'm not doing much healing.
Also, what killed people in phase 1 was double ups on the I-beam.
That was Dust Switch. You got bad luck.
A couple people got it.
I tried to
Dust
pressure
Switch
you to make it.
got targeted twice, and it's just, yeah. Healers should be preemptively healing the target of the I-beam. If you're just targeting the boss and use target of target, start preemptively healing the person that gets targeted by I-beam, so that way you can hit them with a big heal and top them off. So if they get hit again, they don't die. And
could we maybe get a call out before Dark Glare just so we know where it's gonna spawn?
It's almost impossible to call it out because while it's easy for me to see the I-beam once the I-beam starts, it is in no way easy for me to see the slit while I'm on the other side, right? So if it's facing, anywhere between 91 degrees to 180 degrees away from me, I can't see it, guys. I can't call it out for you. I can't move your character for you. If he turns big and red and he's looking at you, move.
It doesn't matter which direction you go because he's gonna pick a direction anyways.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking just when he turns big and red, like just the split second before he starts moving so that a group doesn't get one shot because it spawns right on top of them.
They're gonna die because they can't call that fast enough.
I think you should just always
call
be
that fast enough.
You got to always be facing the boss. I mean, you just got to keep him in your peripheral, and you got to be looking at him while you're doing everything else.
Yeah, this is a tough fight, guys. I'm not like trying to, belittle the point or minimize the point. It's difficult. There's a lot of shit going on. A lot of people aren't familiar with this fight. There's a lot of things you're tracking in your mind. I understand that. We're trying to interrupt. We're trying to kill eye tentacles. We're trying not to be in range of other people. And then just to add on top of that, when the boss is big and red and looking at you, you've got to move. So I can call out that he turns big and red, but I don't know if he's looking at you or not. So I can call out that he's big and red, but I don't know if you should move or not when I say that.
I'll try to call right before Dark Glare because I'm not doing much in phase 1. But that's your cue to actually look at the boss. For that part, like you said, we can't help.
Yeah, by the time we finish calling out that he has turned dark red, if you haven't already started moving, you're probably dead. That's just that's it. It would be nice if DBM would warn us beforehand, but he turns big and red, and then DBM warning comes afterwards when the beam's like starting to come out. So unfortunately, Blizzard prevented it from being trivial, so you have to try.
DBM is being slow.
Yeah, but there's no cues from DBM that are critical for us to do this fight. Like, we shouldn't need add-ons to do this fight, I guess is the point here, especially on a 15-year-old game. But I think we're improving on things every attempt, and I think this staying spread out in phase 2 I think is going to help us at least with our raid. And I forgot to repod Greater Nature. Sorry guys, I'm bad. Everyone's ready. Pre-shield Papa. Let's focus up and kill this dude.
0.5.
We got this.
Get spread out. It's on Rawhide.
Go to your left a little bit or more.
Melee need to spread out a little bit. We just chained 3 people. Get to the max hitbox. Red Hoof, can you back up a little bit?
Dark glare soon.
It's going counterclockwise.
Don't move.
Cash Onk. Get spread out, folks. Dark Glare ending in 8.
Give me a heart attack, Strokes.
Sorry.
Dark Glare 5, be ready.
Here it comes. Aiming at you guys.
At you guys. Kill these tentacles, guys. Turn around and kill tentacles, everybody. Everybody kill tentacles. Get off the boss during Dark Glare and kill the tentacles. Now you have plenty of time to get in position while you keep whacking on the boss. Ending in 7. Be spread out.
Execute. Strokes.
Yeah, the problem is it keeps finishing and I'm way over on the other side. Should I just stay there?
Yes, you cost a chain that time.
Yeah, I saw. Okay, next time I'll just stay there.
%. 2. And we're going to stay here, folks. We're going to stay spread out. Remember your spots. Remember your relative position. Spread out a little bit. Be ready to kill tentacles. Tanks, get to those claw tentacles quick and pick them up. It's up. Everybody, we can go kill the claw tentacle, guys. Go kill the claw tentacle. Heals on Papa. Really smooth phase 1, guys. Stay focused. Spread back out. Get to your spots. Be ready to kill eyes first. Kill eyes. Be ready to interrupt giant eye. Interrupt giant eye. Fucking amazing.
Yep, nice one. They spawn right in front of you.
Get your finger on Earth Shock for those eyes.
Yeah, Shaman's Earth Shock helps a lot.
Papa's going into the room, so beware. North.
Fagan will cover north.
Giant eye. Get away from the giant claw, guys, until
Got
it tank. I think
Wreck on the boss, please. Reckless. I mean, Curse of Recklessness.
One flesh down, the other's at 86. Try to stand a little bit further away from where the eye tentacles spawn so we don't all get knocked up from them. Oh yeah, much cleaner.
Will's cut the boss.
Why didn't we do this from the first start? Yeah, like a new raid leader.
Oh, well, we learned, right?
Well, now you're pro, man. Little eye.
Big eyes in the corner.
Stay focused, guys.
4 corners.
Stay focused.
You're at 30% down below, 20.
16, 15.
Stop on it. Stop killing the flesh tentacles. Stop killing the flesh tentacle.
Do you want
I
us to
wasn't
come
doing
out?
anything to it.
Yeah, just come out. We'll let the
Heal tech.
I hit
Tawny
the
tech.
converge on the giant claw, kill the giant claw. Let's just sit on it and get a really clean transition. We're gonna kill all of the little eye tentacles, and then we're gonna kill the giant eye tentacle, and then we're gonna push that flesh
Giant eye.
tentacle.
Giant eye.
Yeah.
Kill the little eyes, kill the giant eye. Whoever's in the stomach, get ready to push. Thag, stay down there. It looks like you're the only one there.
Get some rage here.
Wait, we got 2 tentacles for some reason. Kill the giant eye.
I was on the platform when you said stay down there.
Giant claw.
I'm down here.
Kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill the flesh, kill the flesh. Finish this giant claw. Oh, we got eye tentacles. Fuck. Kill the eye tentacles. Pop 3-minute cooldowns and burn the boss once these eye tentacles die. Kill tentacles, kill tentacles. Keep the claw up, kill the boss. Repop greater shadow protection potion, everybody. Zug Onk. Prime meets Battle Resamora.
Can I get some rebuffs, possibly?
Weekend ends in 2. Converge on this giant claw and kill it. We don't want to get overwhelmed with tentacles. Kill it quick.
He has other tanks ready in case other tentacles
It's right on
cross
top
him.
of it. Cleave them down. The tanks pick it up. It's on one eye. Burn that claw tentacle before eyes spawn.
Run to CC.
Can we get a battle res on Amora, please? Prime meets. Oh, Prime DC. Will, can you battle res Amora? Kill eyes. Yep. Keep up those mana consumes, folks. This is what we've been farming for 6 months.
Help with the giant claw.
Converge on giant claw, kill giant claw.
I see prime meats running in place.
Yeah, he DC'd. Kill eyes.
Big eye up.
Converge on giant eye.
Refresh curses on the boss.
Papa's going down low.
Kill Little Eyes.
We have a tentacle at 20%, the other at 95.
Converge on Giant Claw, kill Giant Claw. Everybody should be converging on this Giant Claw and killing it really quick. We got plenty of time to spread out after the giant ones die.
Left tentacle dead.
Dag is in the stomach.
Spread back out. Regen some mana. Stop getting knocked by the tentacles. Fucking raid leader gets knocked every time. Whew.
Oh my god.
That was scary. Converge on Giant Eye. Kill Little Eyes.
Keep it up.
Healing on Will.
You're at 30% down below.
At the end.
20.
Don't forget to death wish at the break.
Burn that flesh tentacle if you can. Burn it if you can.
Okay.
Everybody get ready to pop cooldowns. It's down. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him right fucking now.
Healers too. Let's go.
Pop
We've
your
got
if you
20
have 'em.
seconds. Execute recklessness. Kill it. Everybody DPSing hard as fuck.
Yeah, we got it.
Die, bitch.
Kill it.
We got it.
Kill it.
Go!
Nice fucking work.
Yeah!
Good job,
Fuck
guys.
yeah!
Sorry about the PC.
Easy fight. Stag, did you zone back up or are you fucking screwed?
I think I'm screwed.
Well, stay.
Do I release and get summoned?
Run back, and we'll summon you, so you can get in the screenshot.
I was so pissed it stood me right into the fucking ceiling.
Well, I guess we got this on farm.
Yeah, that was much easier once we changed the
great.
strat.
Easy as that. Super clean all the way around, guys.
Some people, it's the end of raid time. I know we're probably going to go over raid time handing out the loot. Really great job, IPS. Proud of everybody coming prepared, everybody having consumables. This is fucking awesome. Let's, I don't know where the best screenshot is. Any suggestions?
Gong?
I was thinking the gong, but where at so we see dead Sithun?
I think from the gong down
From the
gives
gong
you the
down,
most
yes.
like room in the
okay.
frame.
What if we
Yeah.
put a sentry totem up at the start of the stairs where we run in and we all group up by the bottom?
Who trained Sentry Totem?
I did today.
I did not train that skill.
Trained everything.
So I think how about we stand at the bottom of the stairs?
Just in front of the boss. That's
I'm
it.
zoning in
Easier.
right now.
Summon on Stag.
Which way we facing?
The cow's in the back.
We facing the gong.
Yeah, I think just face the gong. We don't need to get the gong in the picture.
Maybe remove the raid mark. Yep, you got it.
I'm here.
Rawhide, Panda, Bill.
What are we doing? Oh, taking a screenshot. I'm sorry.
We're taking a screenshot. Say cheese.
Gouda.
Victory or death.
Alt Z by default. Fucking awesome, guys. Anybody want any of this loot, or should we just disenchant it?
The
Hurry before the grades resets in 12 hours.
Where the Eye of Madness, though.
Phase 2
We've
strat
got-
switch made it much easier.
We've got Drumroll, Prime Meats, Quell, Juan, Mortouche, and Shanna.
If we don't want anything, can we go?
Yeah. Thanks again,
drop you a
folks.
portal. Portal up.
No idol on this guy?
I noticed that too.
How much rep was that? I didn't even see.
500.
Nice.
Yeah, Mortush, you'll be headed for like 3 weeks. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get neutral.
I'm about halfway.
Yeah, I got 17k total. We didn't even clear everything.
Zug, unless I missed it, Nigel didn't link.
My bad.
Bad Nigel.
Sorry,
I
he
got
has
a-
me confused as I'm talking to him.
Congrats, Drumroll. To get casters out of the way, we'll do the item that the casters want the most first. Before we do the consolation prize cloak. How bis is this, casters? Is this for the rest of the game, or do you replace it with 2 rings and necks?
It's pretty much bis until you replace it with 2 rings from next.
It's number 3.
Wow, look at all those linkers.
This is why Stream made filters for caster DPS instead of just classes. We've got Mexnar, Fear Itself, Eye of Pig, Pandemonium, Rathex, Quell, Shadow Dolt, Rawhide, Nigel, Dustwitch, Kashilla, Maddox, Mortouche.
Mortouche, it's a ring.
I'm talking about the Eye of Cthulhu is the quest item for the neck, right?
It's a neck
The
for
healer?
him. Yeah, it's different for
Oh,
different classes.
Yeah, for healers it's the Bis Neck. For casters it's a Bis Ring, which is a huge upgrade for them. For
forgot he's a
DPS, for physical DPS, it's a cloak. Our agreed upon kind of rotation for this, because it's honestly so much of a more of an upgrade for casters, is basically to outside loot prio isn't 100%, but generally we're gonna give to a caster DPS then a healer or physical DPS, then a caster DPS, then a healer physical DPS. So we're, basically giving half of them to caster DPS and splitting the rest out to everybody else.
Yeah. I just saw another healer link, so I linked mine.
No, it's fine. Everybody can link, and everybody should link, and then it's up to Loot Council to filter out priorities and all of that.
I think even Nordug linked, and he's not in the raid.
Congrats, Shadow.
Thanks a lot, everyone. I really appreciate that.
Yay!
Carapace of the Old God.
There's still a mage here. Can we get a port, please?
Hey, those NPCs outside that were blocked off before, I wonder if they're still blocked off. I'm going to go look.
Ooh, danger, get your
You
dagger.
just need to drop one of the insignias per rep. To rip off.
Why no?
Thanks.
Why no, they are not.
Thanks for the raid, guys. Y'all have a good evening.
Peace, dude.
Yeah,
That's
fucking
built.
awesome.
So yeah, the guys outside give you the weapon quest and the chest quest, I think. No, both weapon quests.
So in the future for AQ clears, do we go straight to Cthulhu as soon as possible? Or do I do a bug trio and Oro as well?
It'll all come down to time. It'll be a lot of discussion to figure out what we want to do for this next lockout. Once it's on farm, we'll probably just kill everything along the way.
I think once you get to Twin Imps, you kind of need at least an hour left to get through the trash to Cthulhu and kill him.